92.7 QLZ. This is Katie with September of September Mourning. Now, you just got off stage not that long ago, basically straight from stage to tent. How is the show?
That's why this face is not. It's a little beat.
It's so hot outside.
Oh, girl.
So it feels good in the nice cold.
It feels so nice.
Air-conditioned room. I imagine is this pure real leather?
Yes.
I imagine it must weigh a ton.
Well, actually, it doesn't because it's actually thin.
Okay.
We created it from a thinner leather and then molded it so that it looks like it's thick, but it's actually thin. We did that so that I can move and bend because I do a lot of bend and breathing and stuff on stage. So.
Okay. So you've got your new album is coming.
It's coming.
When is it set? Do we know?
We're thinking towards the end of the summer, beginning of the fall.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Okay. And there's supposed to be a graphic novel to accompany this, right?
Of course.
Tell me a little bit about the concept behind the graphic novel and behind the album and the band itself.
Well, September Mourning is based on a storyline. It's not a reversed engineer, here's a band, now we're going to put out a comic book sort of thing. It's basically the comic book and story came first, and I said, okay, now I want to do a musical component from the storyline and become the character. So September is a character. She's a Reaper-human hybrid. She basically was a soul on Earth that was chosen to be taken by fate, by another Reaper. The Reaper fell in love with her, so he sacrificed himself and his powers to her. And so she becomes this human Reaper hybrid. And because she has humanity in her and she's not purebred Reaper that goes off and collects souls, she basically wants to give humans a second chance at life. She doesn't believe that fate should be deciding your fate. So she starts doing that, and that kind of like makes fate pretty pissed off.
Right.
So fate sends all these Reapers after her, and it's basically a whole war ensues, and it's between mortem, which is the afterlife, and our world.
That is so cool.
Yeah.
So,
if you're into fantasy and graphic novels and Lord of the Rings and Game of Thrones, you will like this storyline.
That is so absolutely fantastic. I love the idea behind the concept. When you were creating the band, did you know from the beginning that you wanted to do a concept band and a concept album?
The concept came first.
Okay.
The music came after. It was, it was all from the get-go. This is what it's going to be, and it's not going to deviate from this. And we're going to make this work. So,
do you find that it was easier to write music based on the fact that you had a concept, and do you still pull from a lot of your own experiences when putting music together?
Yeah, a lot of the music it's not directly, here's a comic book story, and this is the music that's gonna like go with the actual lines in the comic book. It's not like that. It's more like these are the emotions that September has captured when she captures souls. So they're like individual stories, and when I'm on stage, I say this next story is about blah 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 blah, and that's because they're actually like little miniature stories that kind of like come into the comic book.
That is so cool. I love that idea. That's fantastic. Now you just got done, or you toured previously with Manson, correct?
Yes.
And he's very theatrical.
Oh, he's wonderful.
What did you learn from him?
I learned so much from him. He took me aside and actually, before GoPros became super popular. He's like, you need to put this on your boot. You need to put this on your armor. You need to, you need to start feeling like everything is 3 dimensions instead of thinking 2-dimensional on stage, which is a really interesting, and he's so ahead of everyone, and the way he thinks and the way he's just always ahead. So it was really interesting to talk to him about different things that we could do, and talk to him about the storyline and get his take on it and what he thought. And he was just a huge influence growing up. So
oh my goodness, massive.
Massive.
You guys drove in. Did you drive in last night, or did you?
Yeah, we drove in last night.
Were you able to check him out at all? No, he was Friday, so you missed.
Yeah, we drove in late last night. Went to bed. Woke up at 6 a.m.
Oh man, and did the whole thing. Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
We're looking forward to the album when it drops. Thank you for taking the time to talk to me today.
Thank you.
This is Katie with September from September Mourning, 92.7 QLZ.